Hello and welcome back. This is TinBoy752, aka the player who completes the Setsuna collection except the new UR. And time for another round of card breakdown featuring colorful knitting set from the exchange event spawning on White Day. The scouting banner is available until March 14 afternoon. I will start off with basic info, my thoughts on the cards, and then the verdict. Colorful knitting Honoka is such a cheerleader for Kotori in the clothing department. As an elegant voltage card, her base limit stats will start off at 7,894 appeal, 3,564 stamina, 7,326 technique with 21.97% critical rate. Her fifth limit stats will end up at 14,137 appeal, 6,394 appeal stamina, and 13,126 technique with 39.37% critical rate. Honoka's skill is Voltage Gain Buffer, increasing voltage gain by 67.2% for 5 nodes, affecting used cards at 33% chance. Her passive ability is Appeal Plus, affecting elegant cards by increasing base appeal by 45.2%. Her active ability is Appeal Buffer, increasing base appeal by 2%, affecting elegant cards at the start of a live show. Make Honoka of what you will, Voltage fans. She is a strong score over Venus on a moonlit night, Ellie if you were to use her in Expert Song. Honoka can increase voltage output without critical hits provided that you need used cards. What a letdown. On the bright side, she has an attribute Focus Appeal Buffer, so this Honoka makes it a good backline card for elegant teams. There are 14 elegant URs from Muse that can fully utilize her skill set. School-based skills or passives are more or less dependent on how many URs in the group has. Combined with different targets in the case of Elegant and Muse, this gives less leeway for building teams that are outside the attribute. I fancy the costume so much, but there is a somewhat high critical rate for Voltage score thanks to its high technique stat. Good for Honoka. This is what she looks like in costume preview. Now, knitting is the theme of this set, so expect that there are so many patches around their costumes. Now, I haven't fancied much on knitting, but I do like that they have complex patterns for different clothing, especially on Honoka's sleeves and her skirt. Even the patterns on her skirt is very detailed. The satin around the patch on this, and as well the hair decorations. What I did notice is that I think Honoka tied her hair to make it look like a bow. Hopefully not, because that would make extra work for Kotori to make costumes for her. But there are random color streaks. I do like that design. So pretty messy hair, outgoing personality. Well, I do say it's a very colorful and diverse outfit for Honoka. The second scouting UR that you can get is Colorful Knitting Shioriko. Shioriko is making a party gift for Setsuna before she becomes the Student Council President. Setsuna Deconstruction in Season 2. As an active skill card, her base limit stats will start off at 7,593 appeal, 2,964 stamina, 7,960 technique with 38.88% critical rate. Her fifth limit stats will end up at 13,590 appeal, 5,304 stamina, and 14,252 technique with 57.75% critical rate. Shioriko's skill is Voltage Gain Buffer, increasing voltage gain by 7 to 8.2% for 5 nodes, affecting her strategy at 33% chance. Her passive ability is Appeal Plus, affecting her strategy by increasing base appeal by 5 to 7%. Her active ability is Technique-based healing, restoring stamina by 6% of her technique on appeal chance start. For 2 banners in a row, please Bushiroad, we just got Aoi Kanaria Shioriko. And now Shioriko is getting another card that is ultra rare and actually permanent. This is also the first scouting UR right after Mia and Lanju get their non-limited URs last year. Her voltage gain buffer is for expert and challenge as usual. Her passive is for her strategy, making 2/3 of the skill set well utilized for clearing Benzoku Dreamer, Niji the Passion's Expert, and Koi Nartai Aquarium Challenge. Her active ability is Technique Healing on AC start, and this is a weaker variant of Soulmate Ayamu, which has 7.5% of her technique used for healing. Shioriko is built for offense, so her AC start healer is weaker than 6%, so that doesn't matter because she can make a great chemistry with other critical scores like Captivating Librarian Maki or Rain and Boss Blossom Ruby, or even a lesser extent, Fantastic Clown Ruby, Nijigasaki Chemistry, Summer on Stage Ayumu, or Mumu Farm Dave's Karen can make critical scoring better, preferably Ayumu or Karin. Shioriko Oshi's wins with this UR, but it is up to you considering you might be running out of star gems to roll for Rebirth. This is what she looks like in costume preview. Now, I haven't noticed, but this is actually the first time that Shioriko opted for having her hair altered, like modify her hair. So she has twin buns for this costume, but how she picked the costume this time is similar to Honoka, but instead of opting for a pink one, she goes for the violet or purple color hair. The variations, though, I do like that it is transcending from turquoise blue, and then purple, and then indigo. So, not bad for at least an alternate color. At least Honoka can partner up with Shioriko because they're in the same attribute. I do like that it resembles her reverence. Calm, collected, and reverent. So overall, the student council president finally picks a good color for this costume set. The scouting SR for this banner is Boku Ima Hanayo. Being an active SP card, her base stats will start off at 4,481 appeal, 3,389 stamina, 4,332 technique with 12.69% critical rate. Her fifth limit stats will end up at 7,622 appeal, 5,767 stamina, and 7,211 technique with 21.63% critical rate. Hanayo's skill is SP gauge gain buffer, increasing SP gauge gain rate by 5.2 to 6.4%, affecting all cards for 3 notes. Her passive ability is Appeal Plus, affecting herself by increasing base appeal by 5 to 7%, and her active ability is SP Fill, filling SP gauge by 4% of her appeal on live shows start. Typical active SP that uses SP gauge gain buffer for skills, so appeal stat is higher than technique, so no critical potential. Plus, the SP Fill rate active ability is not worth the scout unless you want to complete the Boku Ima collection, aka costume collection card. The event UR is Colorful Knitting Setsuna. As a cold guard card, her base limit stats will start off at 3,129 appeal, 7,048 stamina, 5,478 technique with 16.43% critical rate. Her fifth limit base stats will end up at 5,610 appeal, 12,620 stamina, and 9,816 technique with 29.44% critical rate. Setsuna's skill is Shielding, gaining shield by 17 to 29% of her technique at 33% chance. Her passive ability is Stamina Plus, affecting cold cards by increasing base appeal by 4 to 5.2%. Her active ability is Technique-based Healing, restoring stamina by 55% of her technique on the first strategy switch. Setsuna! Whoever asked for a damage reducing UR, looking at you, Rain and Boss Blossom Ayumu. Here's your UR, a vegetable wonderland Kotori successor. Thankfully, the power creep that K-Lab Games Sinfully Cap has made Setsuna a bit better than Kotori by stats. Of course, it is unforgivable for an event UR. Veterans of Love Live All-Stars should know that this skill set is terrible, even OP or worse depending on the use case, is that her technique healing is also a decisive one. I will have to read Umida's excerpt from his past card review video with a name change. What this comes down to is that instead of Setsuna having the defensive power of a UR card, she has the defensive power of an SR card. Minot could be having fun designing cards for event URs, but for me, I could buy it for the memes, but not beneficial in the long term. For new players, you can get this card for a start, and eventually you will get better defensive cards. For Setsuna Oshis and completionists, like myself, get this card if you want to. Costume collection. This is what she looks like in costume preview. Now, Setsuna's variant of the costume looks like she has double ribbons similar to Love You My Friends. This is actually double account when it comes to Honoka and Shioriko having only one. And for her variation, she this time uses the sky blue color. I don't know why they choose that. They could have just given her the red one instead. But I guess for contrast reasons. I don't know. Let me just listen to the song Yada after this costume preview. Setsuna this time opted for a single bun above her head, which is funny, but at the same time pretty cute. The contrast color this time is magenta. If I have to guess, because my creative laptop display. So none changes except her hair design, and also double ribbon on this costume set. For some reason, this costume set is more or less a copy paste for one of each other, with some of them having alterations and even the color changes. So in the end, I guess this colorful knitting set is a bit underwhelming for my taste. The first event SR is Rainbow Waltz Eye, and for the third time in this season, she is appearing in an event. Come on, she has 2 scouting URs and 1 event SR. Alright, being a natural skill card, her base limit stats will start off at 3,816 appeal, 2,365 stamina, and 4,121 technique with 27.36% critical rate. Her 5th limit stats will end up at 6,490 appeal, 4,033 stamina, and 7,017 technique with 36.505% critical rate. Ice skill is critical rate buffer, increasing critical rate by 3 to 5%, affecting natural cards for 3 notes. Her passive ability is Appeal Plus, affecting natural cards by increasing base appeal by 2 to 3.2%, and her active ability is Effective Appeal Buffer, increasing effective appeal by 4%, affecting natural cards for 4 notes on appeal chance start. You're asking for an eye critical scoring card that's built to start off the critical meta. Eye skill set is very good for an SR, her skill, technique priority, and her skill set is catered to natural cards. With a critical rate of 27 to 36%, I think getting enough lumen increases on her can be a good filler card in DLP, where it depends on critical hitting, or when you want to test critical masses. Well, at least she is a good supporter card for a natural card, but given the SR rarity, I don't think she will eventually be replaced with a UR rarity card. The second event SR is My Might Tonight Hanamaru. Being a pure voltage card, her base limit stats will start off at 4,226 appeal, 2,785 stamina, and 3,301 technique with 9.90% critical rate. Her 5th limit stats will end up at 7,191 appeal, 4,735 stamina, and 5,613 technique with 16.83% critical rate. Hanamaru's skill is SP Voltage Buffer, increasing SP voltage gain by 20 to 22% of her appeal for the next SP burst. Her passive ability is Appeal Plus, affecting first year cards by increasing base appeal by 2 to 3.2%. Her active ability is Voltage Gain Buffer, increasing voltage gain by 1%, affecting first year cards on live shows start. I have never seen a card that gives out SP voltage gain, and only SP type cards do that. This is not an error, so Hanamaru just happens to enter another territory of voltage scoring with a SP burst support. The caveat is that Hanamaru does not hit critical, so why the heck do you need to use SP voltage gain buffer, who is not doing critical scoring? This makes no sense. Her skill set targets first year cards, so it is another restrictive SR that forces you to focus on that year to fully utilize costume collection. White Day is going to be great outside of the game. Unlike other banners, however, this is Minet's good attempt, no sugarcoat words, at making better scouting URs, while at the same time making another worse event UR that veterans already know that there's a flaw in the chocolate. Honoka makes Muse team building more elegant. Her usefulness in a song for you challenge difficulty is yet to be known once players get her, but I can assure you she's freaking stronger than Venus on a moonlit night Ellie. Shioriko provides a mix of her Jade card and Soulmate Aimu, then switch to active attribute to make another fine collection of critical scorers collection with a fancy nerf healing for balancing purposes. Setsuna, however, dropped the ball and made Vegetable Wonderland Kotori a worse choice to pick for exchanging SBL tokens. Who knows if we will get this card in the coming years in the future SBL. For the SRs, none of them are very good to be honest, just Rainbow Waltz Eye being a natural cheerleader for low-scoring critical scorers. Hanayo should have been an SB fill supporter, but her passive benefits herself and has a guaranteed SB fill start. Hanamaru became the first voltage card that uses an SP type skill. Just get the event cards and go and do not invest them with Radiant says. To the people in Asia, happy White Day. I hope you enjoy your appreciation for chocolate and gifts from your loved ones. That's all for this video. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell if you want more sheesh videos. I stream 24 times a week on YouTube or Twitch at 21PHT. My socials are in the video description below, and I will see you next time. Goodbye! See you soon!